Super easy, and you can start making money literally from tomorrow. All you simply need to do is reach out to me on LinkedIn and send me some samples, and I'll be very happy to hire you. If you multiply your skills, you will make crazy amount of money. Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So on today's video, I'm going to speak about 5 income streams that you can build along with your full-time job. That's the most important point, that these income streams that I'm going to speak about on today's video, you can easily build it out along with your full-time job. I will show you all the methods, all the processes, and also I will speak about how you can work with me. So you can use the techniques that I'm teaching you on this video and use those techniques and apply for a job that I'm releasing. So let us get the video started. Also a very quick shout out to our sponsors for today, which is taxbuddy.com. It is an end-to-end tax management platform. In case you are making side income and doing your full-time job also, your taxation will get super complicated. So reach out to the team at taxbuddy.com. They can help you in terms of filing your taxes, GST, optimizing and saving your tax spend. So check the links in the description box for a very special offer. So let us start our discussion about 5 income streams. The first income stream that I feel is gaining a lot of popularity right now is called as video editing. Very easy to understand what video editing is. For example, I released this video and my editor Vallabh has edited this and he has charged a certain amount of money from me. Now, how much money I will not disclose. That's besides the point. But what I'm trying to tell you is that nowadays there are a lot of creators who are creating content and they need video editors who can help them out in terms of editing those videos. Students, housewives, professionals who are working over the weekend, they can all easily pick this video editing skill and start making money. Now, there are 4 specific sub points that you need to know about video editing. First is, how much money are you going to make by becoming a video editor? So there is no upper limit. People can charge insane amount of money also if you get extremely good at your skill. For example, there is a YouTuber called as Johnny Harris. His editing skills are out of the world. Similarly, there are people who are just starting out and they charge very less money. So usually if I just have to give you a number, when you're starting out, people usually charge somewhere around 500 to 1000 rupee. As they go up in terms of their skill set, they start charging more and more money. So roughly speaking, what you should assume is that you can easily make 1 to 2000 rupee by editing a video. So let us do some math. So in order to make 50,000 rupee, how many videos do you need to edit in case you are a moderate level editor? So you would have to edit somewhere around 30-35 video, assuming a rate between 1 to 2000 rupee. Now in order to edit one video when you're starting out, probably it might take you 5 hours to do it. So in order to edit 30 videos, you need 150 hours. So can you not spend 150 hours on a monthly basis? The answer is you can, and it will become easier and easier for you to make this money as you develop your skill set. Of course, when you're starting out, you will have to spend a lot of time learning about Adobe Premiere Pro or any specific software that you might use. But over time, as you get more and more skilled, it will become easier for you to make money through this skill. So 50,000 can be easily made. Let's move on to second point, that how difficult is it to learn video editing? Honestly, it is not that complex to learn video editing. Of course, you need to invest time. The easiest way you can start learning about video editing is just literally go on YouTube and type how to edit videos. Download a couple of videos and start experimenting those techniques on them. Yes, at the start you might not be very good at it, but over time you will become better with time and you might actually enjoy the process. And if you discover that you're enjoying the process, it might make sense for you to pay a little bit of money, take a paid course and amplify your skills so that you can start charging more for your skills with time. Now comes the third and the most important part here is that once you have learned video editing, how is it that you can monetize it and how you should approach this as a career? Very important point here. So initially what you should do is that you should go on a website called as Fiverr. You can just literally type out fiverr.com and that allows you to create a portfolio and start finding a few clients who will pay you a little bit of money to do that video editing. Keep your video editing rates extremely low when you're starting out because you need experience also, and probably the quality of your work might not be the best, and it's okay to charge low rates when you're just starting out. As you progress and become better at this skill, you can amplify your rates. So Fiverr is a great option, but even a better option is that you reach out to content creators directly. For example, all the editors that I work with, they have all reached out to me directly. They end up sending me either emails or they contact me through LinkedIn and they express why they want to work with me. So this I feel is a better approach in terms of finding work as a video editor. Now, how do you do this? So basically, if you like me as a content creator or if you like some other YouTuber as a content creator, just drop an email to them saying, "Hi Akshat, my name is X and I am an avid follower of your content. I have watched some of your videos like this and this and I really love the editing on it. So I myself have been learning video editing and I can specifically work around this and this software. So just bullet it out, write it and attach your portfolio." So towards the end, just simply say that that I would love an opportunity to work with you, please find attached my portfolio, and if there is a vacancy, do let me know. So if you are being straight to the point and if you show enthusiasm to work with a creator, they might probably read that email, check your portfolio, and if they like your portfolio, most likely they are going to work with you. So try doing it with 4-5 creators. You will definitely be able to turn this into an income stream. Now comes the fourth and final point. How much investment would it take from your side to learn this skill? So investment of time is fairly high because you might have to spend maybe 200 hours learning this skill, but this is definitely a monetizable skill. So anyone can learn it, and most of it can be learned for free just through YouTube. So it's not as if that you need to take a paid class. Important point is that once you have picked up some techniques, start creating your portfolio. You can start creating your portfolio through Fiverr clients or just download some random videos from YouTube, edit it, and reach out to content creators to display your work. So that way you will be able to turn this hobby into a money making opportunity very, very quickly. Investment would of course be some hardware. For example, a laptop you might require. You might require some softwares. How to get it and where to get it from, you guys are smart, so you can figure it out. You might not even have to pay insane amount of money. If you understand what I'm talking about, comment below and let me know. But I hope you get the picture what I'm trying to say here, that the investment is not insanely high, but of course you might require a basic laptop to start editing. So in short, video editing is a skill that is getting more and more popularity with time. More content creators are looking for good video editors, and if you can amplify this skill and start making money through it, probably you can turn this into a full-time career. So do give it a go and let me know how it goes. Now comes the second skill, which is tutoring or teaching. Now there are 4 specific sub points that I would like to tell here. So the first key point is that there is a very important trend that is going on in the education space, which is around live teaching or live teaching of cohorts. If you take a look at even big companies, they are teaching what? They are trying to teach live courses. What is White Hat Junior? It tried to teach a lot of live courses or live tutoring. What is Vedantu doing? It is also doing a lot of live classes, and a bunch of other edtech platforms are doing live classes. In fact, I run a stock market and cryptocurrency course. You can check the links in the description box. It is also a live course. Now, why is it that there is so much focus on live teaching? The reason there is very simple. There is something called as MOOCs, MOOCs, which is massive online open learning courses. And these courses are pre-recorded courses by even big universities. But problem with these MOOCs is that the completion rate of these courses is very, very low. For example, if 10 people sign up for a MOOC, then maybe 1 or 2 will complete. So these MOOCs have a very, very poor completion rate. So therefore, the world quickly realized that, you know what, people love to learn live. And that is the same principle with which even I have designed my stock market and cryptocurrency course, that I revamp my course structure based on whatever contemporary things are happening in the market. So my students really appreciate it and they have really loved the course so far. In fact, even without doing any advertisements, the batch gets full very, very quickly because people really love the curriculum that I have designed from that live perspective. So anyways, moving on, the second key thing that you need to remember about live tutoring is that in order to make money through teaching, the expertise area that you have, it needs to be monetizable. In school, you might have figured out that when we used to go to tuitions for maths, we used to pay like higher fee to our math teacher compared to going to tuitions to SST or Hindi teacher. Why was that? Because the math was a more in-demand skill and it was a more monetizable skill. The same situation is now that, for example, if you're teaching for GMAT or if you're teaching business related or finance related courses, if you're teaching English, then these are more monetizable skills compared to some other subjects. Now, the bottom line is that if you're very young and if you're trying to pick an area of expertise based on monetization, then go for high monetizable skills. That is part A. Part B is that it also depends on how good you are. For example, right now on YouTube, there are so many finance YouTubers, and I'm glad and I'm thankful that you watch my content and you find value in it. So you must become really good. And I say it, the top 5 percentile rule, that if you are venturing into teaching finance, then you must try to become top 5 percentile in terms of finance teachers. Same goes for business, same goes for English and any other subject. So if we combine both these points, what do you learn? That if you just randomly run after money, that you know what, this thing is the next big thing, I'm just going to build a career in it. But if you have no area of expertise in it, and if you are not good at it, then you will not make any money from it. So the important point is that you must get really, really good on a monetizable skill. That is when you make a lot of money from teaching. Now comes the third point, that in case you are interested in teaching online, then what is it and how you should approach it? So first and foremost, you need to develop your expertise and pick your area of focus. For example, when I was in college, I wrote GMAT. I got a 770 on the GMAT. I started teaching for the GMAT. Why? Because I was somewhat of an expert, because I had achieved a very good score. So I became a GMAT tutor. That became my area of expertise. Second is that you need to find your audience. For example, in my case, Yes, I had a great GMAT score, everything, but I was not on YouTube. I was not on any other social media platform. So how do I find audience? So there was a GMAT website called as GMAT Club. So I went there. I started answering people's queries, right? That people used to ask how to solve this question or that question. And I was good at solving GMAT like question. So I started solving them. And towards the end, I used to give a caption that, hey, if you're looking for private classes, contact me here. So people loved my solutions and therefore they checked out my private website, private classes, and they ended up approaching me. So that business back in college, it used to give me 50,000-60,000 rupees a month. It was a highly monetizable skill. I was good at it and I was finding audiences very, very easily through it, through external forums without even building any social media presence. Now you might say, okay, Akshat, how might this apply to me? So for example, there are so many companies right now, be it an academy, be it Vedantu and bunch of other different things. Depending on your area of expertise, just find an external forum. If you want to advertise your GMAT related stuff, go on GMAT Club. If you want to teach for UPSC, go to an academy, so on and so forth. So the idea is just develop your expertise on a monetizable skill and approach an external platform first and then see how things are working out. Now comes the fourth and final point, that can you actually make 50,000 rupees working on the sidelines as a teacher? The answer really depends on two things again. The same thing, that one, is your skill monetizable? Is it a subject that people want to study? A lot gets impacted through that itself. And second is that how skilled are you? But to cut the long story short, I don't think that making 50,000 rupees teaching on the sidelines is a complex business. It can easily be done, especially if you are a passionate teacher. And if you stay at it, maybe at the start, you might not make a lot of money. But with time, achieving that 50,000 rupee per month mark through teaching on the side is not complex at all. Okay, you might say that, okay, Akshat, this sounds like a long-term plan. First, develop your expertise, then approach like external forums, build your audience, and then finally you get paid. So it's a very long-term game. I'm an impatient person. Tell me something. So that brings us to option 3 and 4. So please listen to this part very carefully. Option 3 is called as being a virtual assistant. Now, virtual assistant means what? So for example, I work from home. I have been working from home from 2018 onwards. Even before work from home trend was there, I used to work from home. So since 2018, I have been working from home and I always employ virtual assistants one after the other. So what do virtual assistants do? So for example, they don't come to my house and sit here, right? They are working from their home. They are not full-time employees. For example, if the volume of work that I have is very high, then I will hire a virtual assistant. I will give them a list of tasks and they keep on completing it. So usually I will hire a virtual assistant for 6 to 12 months period on a contract basis. And it is usually 2 to 3 hour work commitment per day. And what salary do I generally pay? So I usually pay between 15 to 25,000. That is the range that I pay. The number might look small, but you need to see it from the context that it requires very little work from home. So the amount of time invested is also very less to begin with. So if you're able to work as a virtual assistant for 2-3 people like me, where you are spending maybe like 4-5 hours a day max, then you can easily make 50,000 rupees. Now, what is it that virtual assistants do? For example, in my case, they help me sometimes run my social media, post some stuff on Instagram, bookkeeping. If I have to get some books matched, if I have to clean up some data, create some Excel spreadsheets of people who are signing up for my newsletter, and bunch of other similar tasks that can be easily done from home without knowing too much of technical skills. Now comes the most important point about being a virtual assistant, that in case you are trying to become someone's virtual assistant, how is it that you should go about it? So first and foremost, try to work with people who can pay you well. Because I keep on seeing a lot of announcements on LinkedIn that, hey, we are a fast growing startup. Please come and work with us. We'll pay you 2,500 rupees as stipend. Please don't work there. 2,500 rupees salary on a monthly basis is horrible. Please don't take up such jobs. It's just not worth it. You can definitely find better opportunities. Just try to approach people directly. For example, let's say that you want to work as my virtual assistant. So you can literally write a very nicely worded email, something like this. Again, please don't directly apply to me, contextualize it and make it a little bit more creative. I keep on hiring a lot of virtual assistants. So you literally write this. Hi Akshat, it is a pleasure to meet you on LinkedIn. I have been following your work and I especially like your work around this and this. Please be specific what you like about my work. Don't write a generic email. Then say that I watched your video about working as your virtual assistant and this is where I can contribute. So write 2-3 bullet points telling me how you can solve problems for me. So literally, if you bullet it out towards the end, just end it by writing a very brief paragraph as to why you will be a great virtual assistant. For example, you can say that I have worked in the past with this particular person. I have handled their work. I am a highly organized person. For example, this is the organizational stuff that I have done. I am very good at creating Excel database model or whatever work profile you want to highlight. If you can give links to your work as well, that adds more credibility to your case. So approach people directly. That's a simple bottom line. It allows you to make more salary in the process also. But the important point and the key takeaway here is that you must prove how you are solving someone else's problem and why you will be a good fit with them. If you are able to demonstrate that in very easy to understand language, you will easily be able to work on the sidelines as a virtual assistant. Now, many of you might comment that Akshat, we want to work with you as your virtual assistant. Will you be hiring? Yes, I'm looking to hire some virtual assistants. What is the problem that I face? I will tell you and you tell me a solution. So the problem that I face is that I have very limited time. So tell me where you can help me save my time. If you can demonstrate that very clearly to me, I will hire you. Now comes the fourth option. This is again a place where I'm hiring, and this can be a great income stream for you, and it is called as content creators or people who can repurpose content. Now, many a times when we hear content creators, we have like a very big image in mind that, you know what, I cannot become like a content creator because I have to show up on video like Akshat and speak about. I might not know a lot of stuff. I will struggle in terms of writing stuff on LinkedIn. I might not write very good tweets. And trust me, folks, it is not that easy when you're starting out as a content creator. It is tough. It is a highly creative endeavor, so to say. So the word of the day today is endeavor. So it is a highly creative endeavor and you need to do it for a sustained period of time. Build your audience for years, and then you start monetizing it. Now you might turn around and say that, okay, Akshat, you built your social media following in like 1.5 years only. And you are saying that it takes a lot of time. I'm just speaking about general cases. I was just lucky and thanks to all of you. So looking at just my journey might not be the correct data point. So to cut the long story short, being a content creator is really tough. No doubt about that. And I 100% agree. And you must try becoming a content creator. But an easier way and an immediate way of making money is that you approach content creators who are already creating content, for example, like me, and you just repurpose my content. Super easy. And you can start making money literally from tomorrow. All you simply need to do is reach out to me on LinkedIn or any other platform through which you can reach out to me and send me 2-3 repurposed items. For example, I write a lot on LinkedIn, or I talk about a lot of things on my videos, or I write Twitter threads. But when I'm making my video, I can probably pick up snippets from there and I can repurpose that on Twitter, post it on Twitter, post it on LinkedIn, post it on Instagram. So just literally download this video and tell me how you can repurpose my content and send me some samples and I'll be very happy to hire you. So the primary advantage of being a person who helps me repurpose my content will be that number one, so I will pay decent amount, and if you can find 2 creators to work with, you will definitely make 50,000, no problem there. That's it. So money wise, you're sorted. Number 2, this does not require you to invest insane amount of time. With 2-3 hours of work, you can easily give me 2-3 pieces of content and I'll be very happy with it. With that point in mind, it is an easier work also. Third and final point, if you eventually want to become a content creator, then starting out your journey as a content curator or person who is repurposing someone else's content is a great way. For example, my manager, Preksha, she reached out to me through LinkedIn. Then she first started recurating my content. Then I hired her as my manager and now she is involved in a lot of my work. Also do follow her on LinkedIn and support her on her content creation journey. It will mean a lot to me as well. So the bottom line is that if you start your journey as a content repurpose person, from there on, you can become a content creator easily because you will understand a lot about content creation. Now comes the fifth and final income stream, which is consulting. Now, consulting can happen for 2 categories of people. One is that you're super experienced. For example, I am an ex-management consultant. I am experienced. So if startups reach out to me or if small businesses reach out to me, I can literally create a website showcasing my profile and I can start charging these businesses money and they will pay me money because I'm experienced. I have experience of working with good companies in the past, all that good stuff. So if you're an experienced professional, it's very easy for you to start your consulting business. Let's assume that you're a software developer. Create a small website, start writing something on LinkedIn, and through that divert traffic to your website. And from that, you can start getting some consulting business. A lot of companies might reach out to you that, hey, help us design this particular software. Can you do it for us? So on and so forth. Depending on your specific niche, you can start advertising your services. Now comes a related point that, hey, I am not experienced. I am a college student. Can I also do consulting? Yes, you can absolutely do consulting. For example, you know a lot about social media. If you're a teenager and if you're in early 20s, you probably know more about social media than I do. So you are a great person to talk about social media strategies and set up a social media consulting business. The important point to know for youngsters would be that how do you project your expertise in social media? That is the important point. For example, if you start writing on LinkedIn or Twitter about some of the social media strategies that you have figured out, and if I happen to read it, that okay, this particular person is outlining these social media strategies in a really crisp manner, then I would love to talk to you and I'll probably pay you money to talk to you. So that becomes like a social media consulting engagement. Now, if I speak with you, take my testimonial, put it on your website, you will get more clients. So that's a very simple way of adding value to others and building your business. Now you might say, Akshat, I have no interest in social media. Can you talk about some other consulting paths for a college student? Yes. For example, if you're going to a good college, then you can start something on college applications. You can talk about career guidance programs or give career counseling sessions. If you have taken GMAT, GRE, you can start consulting, counseling or teaching for those subjects as well. So the opportunities are endless. If you are someone who is hardworking, someone who is focused, you can easily create your own set of businesses. So from this, can you make 50,000? Very, very easily. You can easily make 50,000 rupees through your own consulting business. There is no mathematical model that I can explain you here, but clients are willing to pay for quality. Again, the goal should be to be in that top 5%. That is the most important point. If you are in the top 5% game, people will pay you money for any expertise that you hold. So in summary, few key points. Number one, please try things on the side, because if you have more than one income stream, it makes your life a lot easier. Number two, find something that you are passionate about and something that you might enjoy doing for a substantial period of time. So that would allow you to cultivate expertise and that would allow you to make it a monetizable skill and probably turn it into a career. Number three, keep on upskilling yourself. I keep on saying that investing in yourself and investing in your skill is probably the number one thing that you can do to you. It is the most money making skill. You don't need to look for stock multibaggers. If you multiply your skills, you will make crazy amount of money. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please press the like button and I will see you tomorrow.